If you ask me, I still find Kingdom underrated in America, but at least it's getting the recognition with his live action movie. Sure, it's a live action, but it's a start. Just when Rebecca thought he got this win in the bag, if you mess with Ousen, you get the horns. The battle rages on with the mighty tactic that is the Great Crane Formation, putting a stop to Ousen army. Or so Rebecca thought. None of the Titan are willing to show a sign of being intimidated, but one is prepared for a surprise. This chapter escalated the hype and greatness meter higher with an enticing ending that lets you know that things are about to get crazier. I like how the chapter begins with the flashback scene with Soo and Shiryu, so we can learn more of their character as well as why these two are so thrilled. Soo has been growing on me with his laid-back attitude and how he plays his string of hair like it's all cool. Even so, he's still wise about his surroundings, not underestimating the strength of his enemy. As for Shiryu, she's rather amusing with her bloodlust to kill. I would say she's the opposite of Soo, but they're both aware and not simple-minded. The music part is her possible motivation to kill with everything she got. It could be timing, but Soo vows to win this war and celebrate in his bed. This guy is the man. Fast forward to the present. She goes head on, killing men with ease. A little too fast. Hey, that's a hell of a motivation if you ask me. Shin should learn from that. I did find it funny how her men were like, ah crap, not again. Let's catch up to her as always. Or as the meme would say, ah shit, here we go again. It must be another day working under her lead. It's a good thing for Rebecca to recruit Kaine since she can tell a person's gender apart. Not that it matters much, but it is a benefit in some regards. A really good start to the chapter to make me like those two even more. Once again, it's seriously impressive to see the gap difference between different types of army in this series. In this case, Rebecca army. These guys are so well trained. They set up a wall of shields for Shiryu and she cannot push them down. The way how the battle sequence got me believing she will eventually overcome it. But instead, they held on pretty well. I'm really amazed by this movement, yet annoyed because it reminds me of a video game where the shield is unbreakable and you have to pull a trick to win. It's frustrating as hell, so I could definitely feel it from her. The impressiveness of Rebecca army doesn't end here. Not only they made a wall of shields, but they also make a wall to split the Chin's factions apart so they can overwhelm a top member a la Shiryu. The situation is so bad. Even Soo no longer remains cool, rather concerned and serious. Rebecca must be doing something right for that to happen. In fact, he tops it by creating a shock for Chin, unable to pass through the tactic. Whenever there's a reinforcement, Rebecca's men respawn back instantly. It's incredible. Frustrating, but incredible. It's a smart move of Hara to fill in the details on Ousen's men and their style of combat. The reason is, it's quite convincing to believe that Rebecca has overwhelmed these guys in their own game. Everyone wasn't exactly cocky, but they didn't expect the tactic to be a serious challenge. Even Deremy, who was said to be professional at executing a new tactic on the fly, is having a hard time to outmaneuver the Great Crane Formation. I guess it is great after all. My bad, Rebecca. The only man who didn't react is the one and only Ousen. Instead of shocked and curious, he is intrigued by the tactic. Largely indicates that he knows what's really going on. If all of his men were dumbfounded and he's not, then he's truly on another level of intellect. The question remains, can he outsmart Rebecca? It will be his greatest achievement. He still haven't fought, and yet he's winning me over big time. That's how you make a credible character. Speaking of winning, the next scene is truly badass. Many fans would expect Ousen or Rebecca to get themselves in the battlefield much later on, presumably after Hishe unit deals with Gyoon army. What happens next It's a big surprise. Ousen and his 10,000 men army have entered the battle. The hype is real and is only going to get better. I got goosebumps by looking at Ousen leading his core army like a legit badass. The double page spread of greatness. A fan even colored it really early and it looks great. Kudos to that fan. As intimidating Ousen's core army is, Ribico is only amused and not fazed by his action. Hell, he even said the trademark word, ho. So far, none of them have reacted drastically to make their opponent look smarter. Earl Rye sends 10,000 men to clash with Ousen's. My favorite part of this chapter comes at the end. Everyone is thinking thoroughly on what Ousen will do next. Fute and Kaine believe it's futile to break Ribico's masterful plan, while Denrimi and Soo believe Ousen will pull a brilliant tactic, including the crane wing he happens to be fond of. So what's the answer behind Ousen's tactic? The answer? Nothing. Ousen's army is going in with no battle formation whatsoever. On the surface, it's beyond baffling, like fighting a gunfight against modern guns with Revolutionary War rifles. However, in context, this is fantastic. The whole chapter got men playing with brilliance, carefully played tactical, and yet Ousen is there doing nothing but marching forward in a lined-up fashion. Clearly, he knows what he's doing. How he will do it is yet to be answered. This chapter was really interesting and hype all around. Hara is doing a really good job on portraying these characters and their personality. The battle continued to be filled with brilliance and clever maneuvers. The artwork is solid and the double page spread with Ousen and his men got me goosebumps. The chapter almost ended with Ribico on top. But once Ousen made his move that stunned the field, the real winner is about to be presented. Seriously, is he saying no tactic can easily defeat Ribico? Because that's the impression I have from Ousen's move. What is the story? I don't know. But Ribico did react with a small shock. I see a reaction. Well then, let the downfall begin. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is how you make a character so great without having to do any action. All Ousen has done is strategize and say a couple of words, but his appearance, his presence, and how he makes his move amaze the fans. And hell, if he fights, he'll end up being a lot of people's top 5 favorite characters, whether he's already there or not. So what do you think of this chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.